Kindergarten Winter Trees. Okay, for today, you are going to need a blank white paper, a tray of paints, and your painting from last time where we did the purple, green, and blue textures. First thing we're going to start with is our white paper, and it's going to be quick and simple. We're going to start in the middle of the paper, and I'm going to draw just a wavy line, dividing my paper in half. The bottom half is going to remain white. The top half I am going to paint and create my sky. These are what we call tempera cakes. We use them by just adding water and then we can paint. It's almost like a watercolor. I want a nice winter evening. I'm going to start with some of this purple and I'm going to follow that wave, that line that I drew. I want a little bit more details happening in my sky. I want to see some lines so it looks like wind and it looks a little bit more like some movement. I'm going to get some blue. And right on top of my purple, I'm going to draw these lines, these wavy lines, like so. And then I can come in a little bit more blue, and I can layer these colors, and just with some more water and some blue, I start to see these waves moving through my sky. If I want to lighten some areas, I can come in with some of the white and add white in, and it also changes the color so that I get this look of wind happening. Now, from there, I don't even have to wait for it to dry. I'm going to get scissors and a glue stick, and using my paper like this, I'm going to draw triangles on the back of it in different sizes, different heights. I want tall, skinny triangles. So here's my first one, so that they look like trees. And my second one. And my third one. I want to do 5 triangles to start with. Maybe I'll decide I want more added in there. So there are my 5 triangles, tall and skinny. And then I'm going to cut them out. Alright, so I have cut out all of my triangles. I started with 5. I might decide that I want to add some more in. And I'm going to start to place them. Now, things that are smaller usually are further away. Things that are bigger are usually closer up. So I'm going to start with my biggest one. Put some glue on the back. And I think I like that glued right there. Then I'm going to work with some of the smaller trees. And I'm going to start moving them further back in my picture. And I can figure out and place them. I can move them around if I decide I don't like where I put them before I glue them. Oh, those two are overlapping. That one is right there. And I think I want to add a couple more in there. So I'm going to use the rest of my paper to cut up some more triangles. I'm going to add a big one right in the front. Okay, something like that. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think I've got enough trees. My final step, I'm going to work with a Sharpie. Using my Sharpie, I am going to draw the legs of the tree. I'm going to come down from my tree like so. I'm sorry, the trunks of the tree. I called them legs. How silly of me. Then I can put some branches in there. So I'm going to put a few lines coming off to show those branches that all of those pretty leaves are going to grow off of. And I'm almost done. Now, I want it to look like these trees are in the snow. So the last thing I'm going to do with this paint is I'm going to come in and I'm going to get some blue. And I want to just create a little shadow underneath each tree with blue. See how I'm just putting these little dots down and it kind of creates a shadow in there? So then I've got my winter trees, I've got my shadows down below. And then the last piece is going to be snow. Okay. Now for snow, you're going to have trays with white paint. We're going to work with our paintbrush, but I'm not going to use the hairs or the bristles on the paintbrush. Instead, I'm going to use the back end of it, and I'm going to use this to dot and make little snow flakes falling from the sky. So I put the bottom end in my paint, and I can come in and I can press and I can create snow coming on my tree. I can get snow up in my sky. And with that, we are all done. Our winter trees are finished. I've got snow falling from the sky. I've got snow landing on my trees. I've got shadows down below. And I think these look magnificent.